Hi, how are you? So, this is part two of Chit Chat Weekend, okay? And so we were talking about, before I left to talk to my friend who had called me from the phone, and I just didn't want people to hear what we were talking about. But I was talking about suicide and how I feel that when doctors take on patients, especially psychiatrists, that they seem that they don't really um, they're not really concerned about who what their patient is going through. All they really are concerned about is, I'll give you the next medication, see how that goes, and and if it doesn't go well, we will just raise your dosage and just make you feel groggy and look like a zombie all day. And so I understand that, psychiatrists are not really, I feel in me that I feel like they're not really there to really communicate with you on a really, personal level. And they really are there just to give you medication and not really. Um, I guess that since they see a lot of patients who have mental illness, well, you're just another patient to that psychiatrist. And he deals with a lot of people who have mental illness. And he sees that, or she sees that daily. So, for them to get personal, or even, like, of even being in a in a profession where your life is really, so to say, danger. And how like, how can I say something like that if I'm not a professional and I don't even know, you know, what they go through on a daily basis, like on an everyday basis. Well, you know, when they're checking out patients that have mental illness, they really have to, be careful of how they, how close they can get to a patient. I remember one doctor that I had, she was also a psychiatrist, and she would just like, just sit there and for me to say something to her, just like that other doctor. And I would tell her right to her face, I would tell her, you get paid, you get paid to not only give me medication, but to listen to me and not, and not really uh, make any kind of, statement towards my condition, you know. Um, what I need is for someone to listen and not, so to speak, tell me on how I'm acting, Like some of them really are. I feel like most psychiatrists are not really sympathetic regarding people who have mental issues. Moment in their life, and many of them have gone through those difficult moments throughout their life. Some patients actually get very tired of having to be medicated, and they just, I feel like that's the reason why most of them stop either taking their medication or just end it because they feel like it's too much for them, you know? And, I really sympathized with the person that was talking and how most families feel like, they don't want to lose either hope or grasp of the ones that they love, And many of them, said that they they felt like they felt guilty because they felt like they didn't do enough to help their their and some of them even felt kind of guilty that they weren't there for them to support them at a time where um, they were or felt in despair. It's very hard when, like a young man who's, just right now, he told me, one of my followers, he takes like 6 medications, and sadly enough, there are many people out there who do take medications, who take medications to function and every day. And it's very difficult when you have a doctor that's only giving you medication and giving you medication and is not really, you know, um, aware that it's just not about medication, but also about you sitting on with your patient and finding how that patient feels, not on how they feel about taking medication and how you can help them to raise the dosage on that medication. And sometimes doctors, they raise the medication, not realizing that they're over medicating their patients, and it comes to a point where then that patient is addicted to the medication and not really now helping them, but then adding to another problem, where it becomes too big, and adding to the problem where they have an addiction problem, and adding to the problem where family members don't know what to do that happened, and they are like, what can I do to help my son or my daughter or my friend, or in this condition that they're in, and many of them feel like they are to blame because they're not doing enough for that family member. And it's really like, you know how is it that it can be that person's fault you know when you're really trying to help your friend, and your friend tells you, or your brother or your sister are telling you, well, I don't need your help, I don't want your help, I want to be left alone, or I don't want you to get involved in my problem. It's like, uh, the they're adults, and you can only do so much for a person, and and realize that, and know that what they are really, that is not really the person that you're speaking to. That's the person that is really over medicated and really doesn't want to deal with anything in life, and so that's why most people, when tragic things happen in their life, when it involves a family member or a friend, usually what happens is that, you know, you want to extend your hand, and you start realizing that this is not my brother, this is not my sister, this is not my friend. This is not the person that I used to know years back. And you start to realize that the medication has changed this person totally, and it's not that person anymore, you know. But can you imagine, for the person who's going through this, now they're numb, and they're at a point where, they feel numb and they no longer have any more feelings, or they're so covered in their thoughts, that they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to deal with it, they don't want anyone to know about what's going on with them. And it's true what they say, the most happiest person are the ones that have the most problems and are the ones that really have their heart destroyed, because for some reason or another in their life something happened, and the only way sometimes to deal with it when in regarding in those terms is that they turn to drugs, and they turn to it because one is easy and accessible to get them. Only, many people who use drugs go out and get the drugs from drug dealers, of course. And then you have the ones that, have to deal with going to a pharmacy and getting it from their doctors and the approval. And many who are addicted, they don't want to feel any more pain. They don't want to feel that pain anymore. What they want is something to conceal that pain so that they don't have to feel any more pain. So, it's a very complicated thing, and especially if you know that person, has a history of depression or has a history of medical issues, or has been through something that has been a very life-changing event in their life, and one that they cannot deal with. And so, it's hard, it's very hard for most people to open up. It's very hard for most people to open up to people that they love, because they don't want them to see them in a negative way, and mostly it's also the fact that, they don't want to have the person feel overwhelmed by their problems, or they don't want that other person to feel concerned about their problems, so they conceal it. And some of them are so good at it that you would never know that person is going through a very rough battle inside of them, and they're fighting actual demons that we don't know about. Our world is so complicated. I remember back then how life used to be, and now life is so complicated, and so like people, a lot of kids. A friend of mine was talking about that. That when you have your child and they go to school, the first thing that comes to mind for other little kids is to bully that kid who looks different, or that kid who doesn't dress well, or whatever. And back then, that really didn't exist, and now it's like it's the same thing for adults. You find adults bullying another adult. You know what I mean? And life is very it has been uh, life is being so complicated, and yet you know we have no kind of compassion for one another and for what another person is going through. It's very good to have it's very good that we have awareness on suicide, because a lot of veterans as well, in which they were speaking about, and they have a high percentage of veterans who are committing suicide because they, like I also have a friend who's going through a rough patch right now, and he doesn't receive any kind of, assistance, his veterans check and stuff like that, because he has to pay a school, that he owes money to. And I always say this, you are in this country, and if you go into the military, or if you go to you sign yourself up, for the Marines, for the Army, for the Navy, for the Air Force, okay? And you actually have to take an oath, actually, to defend your country and to fight for your country and to fight for freedom for the Americans, for the American way, so that we may have the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression as well, and the freedom to voice out what we like and what we don't like, the freedom to vote, all of those things that we're so lucky and fortunate to have, because our servicemen and women fight for our freedom all the time. I say this, and I say it because it's very important. When you give your life for your country, and the first thing that should come up to the government's mind is not to take away the checks of those veterans or those who sign up to even have the intent to wanting to fight for their country and give that oath, you know, to make our country a better country. I think that no veteran, those who sign up, okay, should never be denied a check, because when they take that oath for the people and for the Americans, and they fight for the American way, they are not taking anything from us. As a matter of fact, they're fighting for us. And the amount of disrespect that, they show for the veterans, it's that, in a way, it's really appalling, because, our servicemen and women should be treated like gold. You know what I mean? And not like denied anything in this country. They should have, because they dedicate their life to trying to fight for our country, so that we don't go to war, or we are taking our rights away, and our right to speak up, and our freedom. So, veterans go through a lot of things when they fight in other countries. They come back actually to try to have a normal life, and nothing could be ever normal again when you come from another country and it's all ended, and then you have to come back and live your daily life like as if though nothing happened. Those people come back with a lot of complications, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And even the young militaries who come back from war, from deployment, or whatever you want to call it, they make big sacrifices for our country. They make big sacrifices. And they are, or maybe may not be aware of those, the consequences that come with it, when you sign up to, to be in the military, to be in the Army or the Navy and the Marines, you're actually signing up for a death wish. to be really honest, they may give you a lot of stuff, and they may offer you, school and all of this, but once you leave it, really don't accommodate to these veterans. When they come back home, they don't come back to an employment. You know what I mean? When you see a veteran who has lost an arm or a leg, or has lost their limbs, or or mental, or has mentally been traumatized because of what they've been through, they don't come back as normal human beings. They come back broken, and so I really feel for the veterans, that the young ones, and the ones even that even signed up, for our country. They should never be denied anything, nothing at all. They shouldn't even be questioned. Shouldn't be questioned, because when they made that oath, to join, they didn't question anything. They were honored to join, and they were honored to do, or wanted to do. So, yeah, our vets are not treated that great. And the only time a veteran is ever really acknowledged here is when the holidays come. And those holidays really are really sad holidays, where we have lost our heroes because of war. You understand? So when so in reality, how can veterans be, so many mothers and families have lost their loved ones in war? Or even, the 4th of July, how can happy 4th, like those kinds of things, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, happy 4th of July, but yeah, how did happy 4th of July become? You understand? I don't know. I'm just saying that a lot of people don't really know the meaning of what Memorial Day means and what Veterans Day means. It's a really a reflective time, and to honor those who have fought for our country, to honor our heroes who have died and fought for their country. So when we say Happy Veterans Day, what can happen? What can possibly be happy about someone losing their loved ones, and to be reminded every year of it? And so, yeah, like those people, when you say that to them, they look at you like, what's so happy about it? Many of those people come back, and they come out, traumatized. They come out and never being the same ever again. And they also have to take medications for the rest of their lives, because the you know the things that they have seen, and the things that they have gone through, and the things that they had to do in order to fight for other countries' freedoms, or our country, or to make other countries better, or whatever, for whatever reason, you know they come back destroyed, and they come back not the same people that when they left here, when they joined. So, that's why we have such a high percentage of. Hey, Rex. Hey, yeah, all right, cool. You're eating a ham sandwich? I like salami. I'm not a ham kind of person. Hi, how are you? Welcome to my live. How you doing? And you're British, huh? I don't know how to speak British. I don't know how to do the accent, the British accent, but welcome to my page. I'm glad that you have passed by my page. I wish that I can share that ham sandwich with you. That ham sandwich with you. I am so happy that you tuned into my page. Very happy. So welcome into my page. I hope you're enjoying the sandwich, by the way. Hex Rex. Hi. So like I was saying, yeah, most of our veterans, they come back, and, they come back with a lot of trauma. They come back with plenty of trauma. And those traumas, some of them cannot deal with it, like, and they're hearing that every day, like, the bombings, the guns shootings, like the rifles, and the like I said, like the bombs. And some of these veterans, when they come back and they know what they have been through, many of them didn't expect that they were going to fight even innocent people, or even, having to fight even with civilians, or killing civilians, or, for whatever reason, because we're not really there to, we don't really know. But, I'm thinking to myself that so many children and so many innocent lives are killed, and they're seeing that. They see death all the time, like they're seeing death literally in front of them. And so, and even that becomes a very traumatizing experience. And only another veteran can actually know how they feel. So, it's like, that's why, a lot of the vets, when they come back, they don't know what to do. Where do they start? How do they get back to living a normal life again? And many of those families that have, sons and daughters that come back from war, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? And how do you, comfort someone who has been through such a traumatic experience? And can we really identify with how they feel? Can we really relate to how they feel? And so, yeah, like all they can do is just they can just pop medication into their mouth. And, how do you solve a problem like that? It's just not by just popping pills. You really have to get into the mind of that person and really, understand and be sympathetic of what they went through. And most veterans really do not get the help that they need. That once they come back here, they really should get, all of these things without even question. No questions asked. You shouldn't have to even, the things that they have to go through, like medical, housing. I know it because I have a friend who's going through it. You understand? He's literally going through that. And it's a shame that, that vets have to, when they come here, that they have to go through tests, and they have to go through psychological testing and this and that. No vet should be questioned onto why shouldn't they get a disability check, when you know darn well why they need that disability check. You're looking at that vet right there, and you're seeing his situation. Why is it that they have to be, left in the air about getting their benefits? Once they leave, they don't have any right to have what is rightfully theirs. You understand? Because they gave up their, their whole life practically to for us to have our freedom. And so, no, I don't think no vet should be denied any kind of benefits. I don't think no vet should ever be denied medical attention. And I don't think any vet should be denied any kind of medical insurance. I don't think any vet should be denied any kind of medical or psychological attention, because that they are the first ones out there to fight for us. So why should they be denied any kind of benefit regarding them? Okay, and when they come back here, they have nothing, absolutely nothing to fall back on. And so that's the problem that, When you have a vet that comes back and he has no limbs and he's psychologically destroyed because he was, traumatized by the things that he went through or she went through, they have nothing to fall back on. They don't have no kind of emotional support. All they have are the families that know that they love them and care for them, and that they're proud of them. But that's not enough. You understand? That's not enough. And for the family that has to really, put themselves, and to understanding why, why this had to happen to them, or it becomes very heartbreaking for the families because it's a very hard situation, and families want to help. They want them to feel better. They want them to feel like they were before, and it will never be the same. So then why question why there's such a high rate of suicide in veterans? Is that you have to think why when we already know the answer. That's what I say. We already know the answer as to why, there's so much suicide attempts when it comes to when you're a vet. And that's even worse, because you can't reverse something already that has been damaged. You can only take care of it and try to make it more bearable for them. Okay, by being there and supporting them and taking care of them, looking out for them, and just what signs to look for is that in reality, when you see somebody in depression and you see somebody that's really, and now it's really hard to detect. Like before, it used to be like when you saw somebody who wanted to commit suicide, usually they would give you something that was personal of theirs. Now, that's not really happening. Now is like, okay, how do I really figure out if this person, is suicidal? And we have to go back to like Robin Williams, and we didn't know that he was going to end his life. Or, I even forgot that guy's name from, I think his name, Alex Bennington, I think his name is. I forgot his name. And he showed no signs at all. And he was always happy, smiling, cracking jokes. And he was always with his family and with his children. And then one day he just decided, this is the time where I just had it, and that's it. Kate Spade, that's another one too. You would never think that somebody who has so much money, somebody who is so successful at what she did, someone who was so creative, a mother who had a little girl and she left a little girl behind. You would never think that she was so unhappy. So these are just examples of what I'm trying to get at, is that now is just not that easy to detect. How can you detect when somebody is going to commit suicide? And how can we detect it and catch it on time so that we can help them and help them not to go that route. They were also speaking about like when people commit suicide and they commit it, at the moment that they're committing that suicide, they regret it and they know that they can't come back. I believe that. When you commit suicide, you're not, I'm going to be honest with you, most people think that when you commit suicide, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You're not in a better place because you committed suicide. You committed suicide and you did something against you. And it says it that whoever commits suicide is bound forever, never to see the light, okay? We're not, I'm not here to pass judgment on others. Okay, I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm not here to be cruel, but that's not the way. It actually is not the way to go. And even though your pain is unbearable, it's true what that person said. When you commit suicide, you leave pain behind. You leave people behind, and you leave people to wonder, what did I do wrong? Or how can I have made it better? What could I have done better? Or how could I have gone fast enough to help them? It was so important for that program and for that person to actually do that suicide awareness, because those very same people can relate to what each and every one of them were going through with their family members. I wanted to make that point that it's not easy when you're going through a very traumatic experience, or you're going through depression, and and when you close your doors and you're by yourself, especially by yourself, it's very difficult to live day to day, and you have to get up because that life has to go on. But think about it this way: if you commit suicide, you're leaving more pain behind. You're leaving pain for those who really loved you. And that's all, like that guy said, is all bullshit. You are loved. You are cared for. It just takes, just for you to say, I need to talk to you, and I need for you to just listen. All they're asking is for you to listen. And even though it may not make sense, because like I said, I have a friend like that, and that friend calls me, and that friend tells me, look, I'm going through this and I'm going through that, and and even though you've heard it 1,000 million times, but when they talk about it, I guarantee you, when you talk about it and that other person actually listens to you, I guarantee you that you might feel much better than you did than that when you did before and you didn't say anything. Because by you not saying anything, you are not only hurting yourself, okay, but it's building up, okay, and you don't want things to build up, so you have to have an outlet, and even though we don't want to go, okay, we don't want to go to a hospital, okay, because we feel like, oh, if we go to a hospital and we take care of our problem, and especially if we go and and we are committed, many of the times people, is not that you're crazy and you are actually seeking help. Okay, sometimes it's just that you need to rest, and you need to speak to somebody who really, really listens to you. You understand? And you can speak to your nearest, like they say, call 911, I've had so many friends who lost their lives because all it took is for you to just pick up the phone and just, say hi, how are you? How you doing? That's all it takes. You know, pick up that freaking phone, leave the texting. It's so refreshing to hear somebody on the other side. You know, you'd be amazed of how I go through my day. Sometimes I'm depressed, okay? And maybe that other person may feel depressed too. But guess what? We're talking to each other and we're talking about memories and we're talking about the good times and we're talking about how they, how their experiences was before, and how they made it. And, and then you forget about why was it that you called in the first place. So it's like we need to go back to tradition. We need to go back to the ways that it used to be. And we need to talk. We need to text less and be less fearful of picking up our cell phones and actually talking to another human being. And we need to go back to our traditional ways that when you didn't see somebody like for a week, you would knock on their door and say, how are you? Are you okay? How are you feeling? What's up? What's happening? How are you? How you doing? Or, just sitting down and just talking to that person, have a nice tea with them or coffee, just something. But communication should always be open. Communication should always be open so that you have the option to talk to somebody. Have that buddy system is what we used to call it back then. A buddy. We don't even have that anymore. We just have these freaking stupid texting and cell phones. I mean, so yeah, I use my cell phone to do my live, but I feel like I'm bringing out a message to the people who are missing connection, and it's human connection. That's what is happening, and that's what we are faltering of. Like this is what we're really missing is human connection, human communication. We are falling off of that because of modern technology is not getting us anywhere. It really, what the hell is wrong with you, Kobe? Stop it. You know, like, what is wrong with you? Stop that. Like human connection. I only said that to him because he, I have the little baby one, and he always plays with him, and then he doesn't want to play, and then he growls at him like, ah, like that. And then he winds up, that he wants to do something not nice. So that's why I said what I said, you know. Um, Not because he's not loved here. He's the very spoiled, he's my spoiled one. He's my oldest one, my Colby. Very spoiled little guy. So, like, that's what we need. That's all we need to do, people, is we need to connect with one another. And, and it's being less, like, being less non-communicative is, like, yeah, being less texting is what I meant to say. We need to do less texting and more calling and having human communication. That's what we need. We need to listen to other people. We need to, take care of our neighbors, take care of our friends, listen to our friends. Sometimes, you need a friend just to listen to. They don't need your opinion when they ask for your opinion, then you give your opinion. But if you have a friend who really needs you and really needs you to listen to them, and they're asking you or they're talking to you, and just don't brush off people. Don't brush off of what they're saying. Actually listen to what others have to say, because by you listening, actually you may have some information and you may actually catch what they're trying to say and what they're really trying to say to you. And you can also read between the lines, like you can actually read between the lines of what they're really actually trying to say to you, but texting is not a very good thing, it's not good. It's good that, we have people that still believe in the old traditional ways, like find out how my friend is because I haven't heard from him from 2 days when I spoke with him. I have a friend, my bestie, her name is Deborah, and I also have Joyce also. She's also my bestie too. These two people, they have always had my back. You know, and I love them for it because they actually, they have made me come off of that stupid texting thing. They actually pick up the phone and they actually talk to you. They actually make you laugh. We actually laugh at one another. We actually, talk about good things, and we also talk about important things, and we also talk about life struggles. We talk about so many things. And even though probably we have heard the same story millions of times, you always manage to catch something that is so. I mean, she's hilarious. I mean, she makes me laugh every time I speak to this lady. I always wind up hanging up and thinking to myself, I had such a great conversation with my friend Joyce. I had such great conversation with her, and it's about that. That's what friendships are made of. That's what makes friendships, And it's not texting. Stop texting so much, you know. That mother, I feel for mothers who lost their children due to suicide. I feel for friends who have lost their friends because of suicide. You know what I mean? And they say, if I had that one chance to talk to my friend, if I had that one chance to be with them, if I had that one chance to really know why they did what they did, if I had that chance that maybe I could have been there, to save them, you know? It's not about blaming people. It's not about blame. It's not about fault. No, because we're not at fault because that other person that other person is at the brink. We're not at fault of that because we don't know what's going on with them. So how can we be at fault and be sorry for something that we didn't create? You understand? We're only humans, and we only can take so much. So yeah, I'm still hearing the I hope that Hex Rex. I hope that he comes back. So anyway, like I said before, it's not you know how we how can we make it better for other people is by trying. We can only try and we can only do so much. But like I said, if you see it's very hard to see symptoms in people who daily are smiling, or or they don't really show the signs of suicide. So it's like, just be there for them and know that whoever feels like they want to commit suicide, just know it in your heart that you have people who care about you, and that suicide should be the last thing in your mind. Because if you have people who care about you and they're paying attention to you and they're asking you, how you're feeling, then maybe you should tell them how you're feeling. And don't be scared to tell your friends how you feel. You never know who can give you a hand. You never know who might be going through the same thing. And you may find out that the very same person that you are talking to may be going through problems, that you're the only one who's going through issues, that you're the only one that um, Is it? Hi, hi. Hey, Avengers fan. Hey, how are you? Welcome to my page. Welcome to my page. I'm so happy that people are coming into my page. But yeah, you never know, if if that person is having more greater problems than you. You understand? The whole point here is you're a blogger. You're a blogger. Okay, you're a blogger. I'm not very good at blogging. Oh, you are bloated. Oh, you're bloated. Why are you bloated? Oh God, why are you bloated? Why are you bloated though? You feel sick? Like you have a tummy problem? By the way, I usually get bloated too. I mean, not that's no fun being bloated. I tell you that much. But I mean, I must mean. Oh, you drank. Oh, you drank a pop. Yo, pops are pretty good. But if you drink too much of it, yeah, you can get bloated. Yeah, you can get pretty gassy. So chill with that, with that pop. You have You have Kel egg. I think it feels nice. What is that? You have K-I. What is that? What's K-I-K? I'm old school, honey. I'm not from this generation. So what is K-I-K? Can you please, what is that? I don't know what that is. I'm not from this gen R. I'm really old school, man. Like, yeah, I don't know any of that KIK. It's a chatting app on Google. Oh no, honey, I don't have none of that. I don't use any of that. I only chat here. This is my only chit chat. But we're talking now. You can say whatever you want here. We are talking right now. We don't need to talk through no app. We're talking right here at YouTube. This is the reason why we have our chit chat today. Chit Chat Saturday, live with Maria. So we have a nice chit chat here, and whatever you want to talk about, you could talk about it. You don't have to be ashamed. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I don't want to see. I should probably get out of bed and have a shower. It's literally been 9 days. Maybe you should. 9 days? Come on. You have to go out there and you have to live your life. You can't live I would love to be in my bed like 24/7 when I'm depressed. I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm really depressed, I don't wash my hair. I don't take a shower. I don't want to eat. Yeah, man. No, my belly, yeah, actually, I'm lying to you. Actually, my belly is very bloated because I ate late today. I shouldn't have eaten late, but I actually did. I ate very late today. And I'm actually, yes, you're absolutely, without no joke, I am actually very bloated. And it's not good to eat late. That's one thing. And that's one thing too, that when you're in a really deep depression, like I usually get depressed and I get anxieties, I tend to eat a lot, and I don't control my eating. Like, I'll just like eat, and I'll just sit down or I'll just sleep, and that's very bad for you. But 9 days, come on, you need to get out there and, and live your life. No, you may not see. I'm not here to show anything. You're not going to say, oh, well, I could show you. I mean, really, that's nothing. I'm not really showing anything that you probably haven't seen. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you my belly. Okay, wait. See how bloated I am? I'm really, my tummy is not like this. Actually, my tummy is really flat. It's flat. It's not flat now, but it's actually, yeah, I'm bloated, man. Yeah, you don't stop it. It's all my belly. Really? Really? I have an out belly. I have an out belly. That's my out. Oh, did you see my belly? Everybody went away like, ah! No, we don't want to see that. That looks so ugly. Oh, I don't want to see that. Oh, stop it. But in reality, no, really, I am bloated though. I shouldn't have eaten late. But yeah, like I really get, yeah, I really eat a lot. And so anyway, but yeah, you just have to go out there. And every time you feel depressed and you feel like you can't, I look, yeah, I do too. I look like I'm 3 months pregnant. So, that's really because you're eating a lot and probably like if you're drinking a pop, you're gonna not only not only look like you're 3 months pregnant, but you're also the sweet is really gonna kick in. You look now you look 9 months pregnant. Okay, now you look pregnant, but you look 9 months pregnant. Boy, you must have eaten a lot of pops. Yeah, but that's like a lot of sugar too. If you eat a lot of pops, man, that's a lot of sugar. Woo wee. Mm. But anyway, like I said, like I'm just, trying to, like if you really feel like you're depressed and, like you feel like you think that you're the only one that's depressed, I got a surprise for you. I'm depressed too. No, I don't want you to show me. You're gonna be good, and you're not gonna show me anything. I already showed you my belly. That's what's important. I show you my belly. Don't be showing your belly. I won't stop until you will. No, I already did, man. I already showed you my belly, man. I already showed you. I already showed you my belly. I don't need to show you my belly. I already showed you. But like I said, like I like the person that said that they haven't gotten out for 9 days. Are you kidding me, man? Come on, like even if I'm here like for a week, oh, I'd go crazy. I really would. I would go cuckoo. Yeah, I know. But you want to show me? I can't even bring you on here on the chat. So anyway, like if you really feel like that, Avengers is a creep. I know, right? Yeah, Avengers is creepy as fuck, man. Avenger really wants me to see his or her belly, man. I know that you're a guy. You have to be a guy. But anyway, are you a guy? I mean, most of the people are like Avengers doesn't, I don't see the real name. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, that's not mean. That's actually like if you're creepy, that's good creepy, man. That's not really bad creepy. Like I can be creepy. I can show you my glass eye. I can take out my eye and that would be really creepy. You're not creepy? Okay, then you're not creepy. You're just playing around. I know you're not. Okay? We're also here to have fun. We're not here to criticize anybody and we're not here for anybody to feel bad. Said it badly. No. Don't feel bad, okay? Don't feel bad. We're just all here to have fun and have a good time and talk and chit chat. Okay? We're not here for anyone to feel bad. But anyway, let me get back to the subject where I was going is that, like if you really feel sad and you really feel like, you can't handle it, that means you're creepy, homie. He's not creepy. I don't have that app, but I know a lot of people who do have that app, by the way. And they always ask me, do I have that app? I don't have that app. And the only reason why I don't use that app is because I want to be real with you. I do not like Skype. I don't like any kind of things that, is not really secure. Let's just put it like that. Okay, I mean, there's creepy people here too, daily, but what I'm trying to say is that you're going to see creepy people everywhere. It doesn't mean that he's creepy. It just means that he uses the app, But I don't use that. I don't use that app. I do not like apps that, first of all, I'm not familiar with and that I don't feel comfortable in. Like, I don't really feel comfortable in apps like that, And yes, you do meet people who are creepy and are weird and, you do meet people like that. But that's not to say that he's creepy or, he's weird. He just uses the app. But anyway, for the 9 days, that hasn't gone out for 9 days, finally shows up here on my page. Yay! Okay, so guys, I really want to tell you that if you ever feel like you are depressed, don't ever feel like you're the only one. You can always come into my page and know that you're going to be paid attention to and that you have a lot of love from me, a lot of love. Okay. There's my dog. He's ruining my shade. Where's my other little dog? You see my other little doggy over there? Oh well, can't see it now, but anyway, trying to plug in my thing. Okay. You have. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Ay. Oh man, don't feel bad. Come on, guys, don't feel bad. It doesn't, just because people don't use certain kind of abs. But most people don't use certain kind of abs actually. Like I don't use abs I'm not comfortable with. Like a lot of people use WhatsApp. A lot of people use WhatsApp, and I don't like that. I really don't like that app. Okay? But it doesn't mean that people are creepy. It's just like, people just are not very, either one, they're not familiar with it, or they just don't like it. That's all it means. Oh my goodness. So people, where are you from? Where are you from? Avengers, where are you from? To wash your turd cutter. Okay. All right. Doesn't matter. I don't even know. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to comment on that. But anyway, I mean, I've done the same thing. So, hey, I can't, I'm not judging here, man. I'm not mad. I'm not judging. I have the same problem, and you're not yet. We were thinking the same thing. Well, actually, yeah, because the way you're saying it, not yet. Oh God, like yeah, man, like no. In all seriousness, I'm trying to be serious here. Is that yeah, man? I mean, I won't take a bath for days, man. When I'm depressed, like I'm really depressed, I won't take that. And then when I get up and I start like, oh, I take a good whiff of myself, man. I'm like, oh girl, you need to take a bath, real bad. So yeah, people who are depressed, they usually, like they feel like that. They don't feel like going out. They don't feel like getting up. They don't feel like really doing anything, especially if you're medicated. You know, that's really not your fault. It's just that you're medicated, and that's why you feel the way that you feel, and you feel crappy, and you don't want to do anything. I have felt like that. So, oh, I lost another one. I hope you come back. But anyway, yeah. Like I said before, yeah. I'm not. I don't have no fear of saying the truth. I have been through depression, and I usually don't take a bath. I mean, no, I mean, when I take a bath, when I go out, I take a bath, okay? But when I'm in here is like when I'm really depressed and I don't go out, I don't take a bath because I feel like, okay, I don't feel like doing certain things, so I stay in and I even close my lights and just shut the door and that's it. I don't do anything else, only but sleep all day. So I really can relate to people who come on here and say to me, well, I haven't washed for 9 days, and I encourage you, man, just get up and do what you got to do, and to make your day a little bit more. Oh, you're from New Zealand? Hey, welcome to my page. I've never had anyone from New Zealand. Welcome. Oh my God. New Zealand. I've seen pictures of New Zealand. It's so beautiful. Welcome to my page. Oh my God. Oh, thank you for coming into my page. And so you live in Australia? I fear Australia. Like they have a lot of, creepy little insects over there, man. Like you go to Australia and it's like you gotta be careful. Me, I am American, but my family, well, I have a lot of, from all different like half of my family are Dominican, some are Puerto Rican, and some are Mexican. Like my niece and my nephew, they're Mexican and half Dominican and half. Then my grandniece is half Dominican, and then she's half black, and then it's like a whole mixture of cultures that we have. And not, like if you really want to know the percentage, we really are like New Guinea. You know where New Guinea? My great grandfather is from New Guinea, and then my great grandmother is from Spain. So I'm half Spaniard and half from New Guinea, and then a percentage of Dominican, and then the very minor of Puerto Rican, and then and list goes on. So I have a mixture of some cultures. Okay, so yeah. But wow, New Zealand. I mean, we are worlds away. Wow, welcome to my page. I am so honored that you are on my page. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm so happy. And I'm also very happy that you showed up and you said what you said. If you really are going through that. Yes, it is. I'm going to show you. It actually is. It's pizza. Pepperoni pizza, my favorite. It is actually my favorite pizza. I love pizza. Anything that's oh God, pasta. Anything pasta, I love. I love pasta. I love spaghetti. I just finished eating raviolis just right now. Raviolis, anything like spaghetti and meatballs, or pizza. Has to be double cheese and stuff like that. I love pizza. I love pizza. So, what is your favorite food in New Zealand? What is your your uh, your national food? Okay, like that. Like I don't even know how to say it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, what do you normally cook up in New Zealand? What's the favorite meal in New Zealand? Like that. Okay. And I know you're going to answer. If it's not today, you'll answer some other day. But I would sure like to know what is the or in Australia. Yes, I do. Now that you're on my page, man, I surely want to know. I'm interested to know what New Zealand's love. Roast in the ground. Okay. Roast in the ground. What do you mean by roast in the ground? I'm not very intelligent. So, when you tell me roast in the ground, what is that? What do you mean? Roast in the ground? Like, I don't know what you mean by that. That's kind of different when, roast in the ground. What is that? What is that? What does that mean? Or what kind of food is that? Or is it, like actually you roasting in the ground, or, you're making fire in the ground, or what is that? Okay, you dig a hole and you put roast in the inside, right? Am I right? Like you roasting and you make a hole and you put hot rocks and fire. That almost sounds like you're camping. That's really cool. Like, okay, and then you actually literally make roast, like pot roast. Interesting. What do you eat with your roast, though? Do you eat rice? So, what do you eat? What do you put in it is what I'm trying to say. That's very interesting. Wow. I love listening to other cultures and how they live their life. New Zealand, I've seen so many pictures of New Zealand. Oh, wow. It's like so breathtaking and so beautiful. Oh, my goodness. It's like beautiful. I want to visit New Zealand one day. I really do. I would love to visit New Zealand. And then, what's your favorite meal in Australia? Oh, lamb potato kumra. Wow. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. Wow. Nice. Nice, nice. I like that. Wow. Very different. And is that what you cook in New Zealand, or is that the favorite dish in Australia? Okay, another question for you. How long have you lived in New Zealand? You were born in Australia, but how many years have you lived in New Zealand? New Zealand. Yeah, I know, but how many years have you lived there? Have you lived there all your life? Have you lived there since you were little? Or you were actually raised in New Zealand? Born in Australia, but raised in New Zealand, am I right? Or am I wrong? Wow, that's amazing to me. I love it. I love it. I want to visit Australia, but I'm also very scared of Australia. They have it's almost dangerous there. Born in Okay, you were born in New Zealand till you were 18. Okay, you were born in New Zealand till you were 18 and then Australia for 10. Okay, so you live in New Zealand now. And then after 10 years, no, wait a minute. You were, wait a minute. Oh, you're 29 years old. Okay, you were born in wait a minute. Ay, caray. Okay. That's not fun. So you live in Arley Beach, Australia, right? Okay, you were born in you were born in New Zealand till you were 18 years old, and then you moved to Australia. Am I right? Ah, okay. And now you live in Arley Beach, Australia. Mm. How is it that they say hello in Australia? Is that from Australia like that? I think that's Hawaii. How do you say hi in Australia? What got you into YouTube live streaming? What got me into YouTube live streaming? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what got me into. I like Facebook. Okay. But then I started seeing some YouTubers and I started saying to myself, well, maybe I can do this because I have a live show. I have Live with Maria, right? But I never started it on YouTube. I always started it on Facebook, but Facebook gives you a lot of trouble. And most of the people there in that community, they're very, how would I say, they have a lot of drama. I don't know. I like the community of YouTube, how they're very genuine and, how you can just speak your mind and nobody really is, caring much about what you say other than the commenters. And the commenters are very aware of what you say. And they actually call you out whether you're saying things that are correct or not correct. They actually will call you out on it. And I feel that, the community of YouTube is really not people who are all the time competing with, the YouTubers are not very competing with one another. I actually find YouTube, the people that do YouTube, they're actually helpful and they're actually very welcoming. Um, Unless you are giving problems to the YouTuber or you're speaking bad about them, they're actually very genuine. and they are a community that likes to report, daily events, and they do different things, and they're very different. Unlike Facebook, they're always very either competitive or they, how would I say, there's too much drama in Facebook. A lot of drama going on in Facebook, and I don't like. I like doing my own thing. Um, I don't know. I like YouTube a lot. I like it. I like it better than Facebook. That's all. Have you ever heard of Ice Poseidon has an IRL stream live with an insane following? No, never. I've never heard. I've never heard. I've only been on YouTube, I believe, live streaming. I do believe only, but I think she said 8 months. I've only been on YouTube for 8 months. Okay? So I'm really a beginner. I'm not really like these, old, like these, not old, I'm not saying old like in old way, but they're YouTubers who are actually very experienced, and they have been here longer than I have. So, I try to learn from my other YouTubers and you know, uh, try to make good content if anything is good enough to even be heard, you know. But no, I've never heard. And actually, give me the link, And I've never heard of what is he called again? Ice Poseidon. And now, is that what they're called, Ice Poseidon? Because I can actually look them up. Ice Poseidon. I would like to look at, actually would like to look at that because no, I've never seen. Wow, you just did a crazy eye. How do that? Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, I have a glass eye. Yeah, I have a glass eye. I have a glass eye. It's the right eye. So you normally will see this eye. I don't know what's wrong with my eye. It's itching me, and it's so red, and I can't stand my. But this is my glass. The one that I'm rubbing right now. It's actually bothering me. Yeah. So if you see that I do cockeyed things with my eyes, don't be scared. I mean, you'd be even more scared if I were to pop out my eye and then you see really exposed. I've been exposed. Actually, yes. I've been exposed. I thought I can hide it. Not from you. You're a very good observer. Very good observer. Anyway, yeah, no, I've never heard of Ice. I've never heard of Ice Poseidon, but I actually want to see them, or her, or him, or whoever they are. I actually want to go look at their page. I follow Go Lightly. I actually love Go Lightly. I'm actually a fan of Go Lightly. Then I go to Martin Fernandez, and then I follow Media Access. I follow Erica Fuller. I actually follow Jessica the Prankster. I follow Mighty Duck. I follow Skunky. Yeah, I follow a majority of YouTubers that I really like, and I think that they're actually very funny. But I want to take a look at Ice Poseidon. I actually want to see Ice Poseidon. Are they, what is their YouTube about? By the way, like what is their YouTube channel about? Look him up, Ice Poseidon. You won't like him, but his life is very funny. Really? I won't like him? Why won't I like him? I wonder why won't I like him? My life can't be any worse than his. I'm telling you right now. My life can't be any. His life can't. I'm so stupid. His life can't be any worse than mine. There. I actually said it wrong. But yeah, like he can't be all that bad because I'm not doing so hot. So if he has a lot of followers, he must be doing something right because I don't have a lot of followers. So I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. I'm going to take off my pizza and I'll be right back. I'm going to stop touching my eye. Oh. Hi, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, he must be doing something right. He can't, you're saying to me that I don't like him, but a lot of people like him. So, he must be doing something right. And if his life is so funny, then it's even more, that's why people like him. So, yeah, like my life is not that interesting. So, but I try to, my page consists of, trying to help the community. And I actually like to help the community. Okay, he did a 50-hour live stream. 50-hour? Are you serious? 50-hour live stream in Alaska just now, and he couldn't go anywhere to eat or sleep because wherever he goes, he gets heaps of cold. Are you serious? Are you serious? 50 hours of live stream. Are you serious? Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh my God, that is so crazy. 50, are you serious? I don't believe that. I do not believe he did yeah, I know what you're saying. Hi, Rodolfo, how are you? How you doing? Hi, Rodolfo. He's one of my very first YouTubers, man. He's one of my best fans. Is Rodolfo Santiago. And I didn't see Susan. Guess who I saw today? Susan Thomas. Yeah. My sis. She finally showed up, and I know that she's doing good. She's finally not in the hospital anymore. But 50 hours is a lot of hours to be on live stream. That is freaking crazy, man. Like that's crazy shit right there. 8 hours of live stream. Oh my God. And like I was just talking about Alaska with Rodolfo. Yes, Susan is out of the hospital. She's no longer in the hospital, Rodolfo. She was in the hospital. She was actually very sick. She wasn't feeling very well. Oh man. But yeah, oh wow, like that is crazy. Oh my God. Who would do a live for 50 hours? Yeah, he was meant to do 100. He meant to do 100, but a random hotel owner came out with a gun and he crashed his car and cut the stream. Shit. Oh my God. That is, oh my God, that's so scary. Oh my God, I would have cut his stream. Yo, that's 50 hours of live stream. What can you possibly what can you possibly do in 50, all that live stream left everyone on a cliffhanger. Yo, that's really, he is outrageous. He is outrageous. Wow, outrageous. Yeah, Rodolfo, she was sick. And all of a sudden she appeared on my live stream and kaboom, there's Susan. And I see her, I got so happy and I told her, come back, Susan. But she never came back. So either she must be resting or I was so happy to see her. I was like, oh my God, Susan, I missed you so much. And we were talking about you. What else? We were talking about Alaska, okay? We were talking about Alaska. Me and Rodolfo, we were talking about Alaska. And I think that that would be like the least place that I would go. Just because, you really have to survive there. I mean, I don't see Alaska being anything but easy. It's not an easy life, and it's something I don't think that I would even want to. I wouldn't want to live in Alaska. It's like I would not. I would definitely not want to live in Alaska. Like the least place that I would want to visit is Alaska. I have no interest in in visiting Alaska, but I can't believe 50 hours of live stream. He meant to do 100 and he left everybody on a cliffhanger. Amazing. And like, I want to know, is this live stream like recent? Like, is it a recent live stream? Because 50 hours, what can you possibly be live streaming for 50 hours? That's crazy. Oh my God. I don't know what I would do. And that's exactly what Rodolfo said. So, Rodolfo, you were right. Okay, yeah, like, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, like the life there, I wouldn't be able to survive. I would not be able to survive, sincerely. Yeah, just trying to survive, man, is like, oh, hell no. That is not for me. That I'm a city kind of girl. I gotta have everything 24 hours. I'm from New York City. So, like, I can't imagine myself living in a place like that where I have to gun down animals, like actually have to survive on nature. I can't. I cannot. I just can't live like that. Yeah, snowing. I will love it only because of the snowmobile. What are you crazy? Nah, man. I would not love it, Rodolfo. I would actually not like it at all. And I'm not trying to be mean or, I don't even hate Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. And I know that it's very cold in Alaska. And I know that the summers there are actually very nice. But no, I cannot live in Alaska. I mean, I have no intentions of visiting Alaska. No. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. I'm from New York City. I love my 24 hours. I love to go out and I love to, do my thing. And I don't want any kind of complications. Like, that shit is like complicated. Like, okay, like, nah. That's not for me. That's not for me. I ran away from the snow. So, it's like, I'm okay here where I'm at. I don't need to be carrying no damn guns and be hunting no animals and stuff like that. No. It's like, not that other people may not like it. I'm sure that other people love living in Alaska. You find a lot of jobs in Alaska actually because it's like the least place where people would go to live. So no, Alaska is not my cup of tea. So no, Rodolfo, I may love snowmobiles, but I'm not going to go over there and live just because I love snowmobiles. No, no, no. Oh, good God, no. Okay, so what could possibly he be recording, live streaming? I mean, really, for 50 hours in Alaska? What can you possibly see in Alaska anyway that would in what can you possibly like in shit? What? 15,000 people in public with crazy callers visiting small towns and that's crazy. No way, man. That nah. I mean, Alaska has nothing. It's all snow. Their population is not even a very big population. Nah. I mean, what can you possibly see in 50? Come on, man. Like 50 hours, that's a lot of hours, man. Like, what can you possibly I can't imagine. I really can't. It's like, what can you possibly be? All you can record is you sleeping and trying to survive, killing the wild to try to survive or whatever. I don't even know how the life is there. I'm just assuming that this is the way it is. You know, I've never been to Alaska, so I really wouldn't know. So I'm just talking shit just to talk shit. But I can't think of why would anyone want to live in Alaska, and what could possibly be so interesting in Alaska that you can record live stream for 50 hours of what? Snow? That's crazy. Nah, I don't like anything like that. Nah. I already know that I'm not, not that I'm not going to like his channel, but still. Are you serious? Oh my God. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see. I'm going to see it. Wow. He's got a lot of, the way you say it, it's got a lot of toxic trolls. I hate trolls, to tell you the truth. I really do. And they can really ruin your day. No, they really can. Especially you got a troll, man. That's the worst thing to have a troll. Like people got nothing better else to do but to troll you on your page. That's terrible. But still, like he must be doing something really incredibly good that he has that amount of subscribers, man. Looking at his channel, he must be doing something really right. Yeah, man. I mean, how long has he even have? How long has he been in YouTube anyway? How long has he been in YouTube doing this? You know, and you even say that, I won't like him. I would hate him. I'm sure that people who tune into his channel must be very impressed on his content. They must be really impressed on what he does and what he has to offer in his channel. Because to get that amount of people in his channel, he's doing something right. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna take a look at it. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. 50 hours of nothing but 50 hours of nothing but, of snow and snow. But anyway, like I said before, so Rodolfo, what's up with Rodolfo? What's new with Rodolfo? Rodolfo all of a sudden disappeared and he's not talking, so I want you to talk, Rodolfo. I don't want any hidden people here. I just want people to talk to me and tell me what's interesting, what's going on with your life. What are you going to be doing for... Okay, he used to be a Twitch streamer till he got banned. Don't know. I've been following him for about a year. Oh shit, he was banned? Whoa, okay. So, okay, so how did he come back? If you get banned if you get banned from YouTube, I know that they're very strict. YouTube is that's one thing they are very strict. And a certain content, that they don't like your, like certain things you're not allowed to put on YouTube. So yeah. But how did he get back on is what I want to know. If you get banned, you get banned. So how do you get back on again? I wonder if they gave him chances. Or they probably have, like kind of like a limit to how long they're banned. You've been following him for a year now. He must be really interesting if you were following him. So yeah. Now I'm going to take a look at his channel. Sounds very interesting to me. Engage with their audience for 50 hours. He must be doing something very impressive. Wow. So yeah, man. I wonder if I can do that. Well, Twitch is different. Now has... Okay, I know what Twitch is. I know what you're talking about. Okay, so he got banned from Twitch. Okay, I understand. But what I'm trying to say, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is, Okay, so if he got banned, he came here to YouTube. Yeah, I just remembered right now what you're saying. I know what Twitch is now. I know it took a long time for me to process it, but I know what you're saying. So he didn't get banned from YouTube. He got banned from Twitch, and then he came here to YouTube, and he's been here for a year. I understand now what you're saying. I just didn't register when you what you were saying to me, and up until now when I read it again. So he must have been doing something not good. You love adventure? You really are adventurer then. I love adventure, but if I have to struggle to do an adventure, I don't like it. If I know that I have to struggle a lot, I don't like it. You know, I don't want to struggle. I've been struggling a lot in my life already. I want to easy. I want everything okay, you know. Well, Twitch is different now. He has his own. Yeah, I know. He has his own YouTube now. Okay, so yeah, but YouTube is not different. YouTube actually they are strict on what you do. Yeah, they give you lean way, but if you step your boundaries, they will. Oh my God, are you serious? Oh wow. I wonder how, YouTube. Wow. Well, YouTube must not concerned about what he does, or he must really keep it on the low. Wow. Oh wow. Wow. But anyway, I really want to take a look at it. I mean, he seems like a very interesting character. And Rodolfo, man, I am adventurous. I'm all for adventure, just as long as it's not a complicated adventure. I'm all for adventure, man. I'm all for, climbing mountains. Uh, I'm all for riding a nice roller coaster. So, yeah, and other things and other adventures like traveling to different places or traveling to this seventh wonder of the world, or just something out there that's really adventurous. But Alaska is not adventurous. Alaska is Alaska. All you see is just, yes, snowmobile, and you really not. What can you do in Alaska? It's all snow. Oh hell no! I don't want to go to Alaska. There's nothing interesting in Alaska nothing that awakens my flames to see Alaska. They don't even, I want to tell you the truth. I mean, they make it some tours there in Alaska, but yeah, oh yeah, because he got swatted so many times, man, was on the news for stopping a plane with bomb threat, all from call. Oh my God. Yeah, he seems like a very out there character, man. That's crazy. Like I read this and that's really crazy. Bomb threat. And by the way, was the bomb threat even real? I mean, I know it was all from callers, but so many times that then he was on the news for stopping a plane with bomb threat. Okay, but was the bomb threat even real? Is what I want to know. Because you can stop, sometimes it could be a prank and not really be like, any bombs inside the plane, just a prank, just to try to get callers' attentions or people attention. That's a very bad attention, though. That's not good. Wow. I wonder if people think that he's heroic. Like, how they save the day, and then they look at him as a hero. Oh, look, he stopped the plane, and thank goodness he saved lives. Nobody got killed. If it wasn't for him, these people would be dead. Oh, okay. He just tries to be normal and helps homeless, but the callers almost run his life. Wow, really? Are you shitting me? This is like almost unbelievable. He's homeless? Wow. That's amazing. Like, really? He's homeless for real? Because, my channel is about that. My channel is about helping homeless people. That is really, nah, he's an idiot though. He's really funny. Nah, he really is an idiot, he says. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I will not love it, Rodolfo. I will not love being in Alaska. Okay? No, I will not love it. It's not my cup of tea. You're trying to convince me that Alaska would be like fantastic. Oh hell no. No. You know what place I really want to visit, Rodolfo? New Zealand. Now I'm a little bit weary about visiting Australia though, because they say that they have a lot of creepy crawlers that are dangerous in Australia. And you got to be careful because everywhere you look, you'll see a scorpion or a rattlesnake or, you know, just something poisonous out there. You got to be very, very careful in Australia. Let me see. He's not homeless. He helps. Yeah, that's what my channel is about helping homeless people. I definitely will like him if he really does help. I will definitely like him if he helps homeless people because I my channel is about helping people and about causes and about charity and about just talking to the community on a one-on-one. So I may really like him a lot because he believes in the same causes that I do. And Rodolfo, you already made a friend, Rodolfo. Okay, wait up. Let me see. Rodolfo is still here online, by the way. What is your name? Starts. What is your name? Your real name? Picking it up. No, 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 picking it up. So tell me, anybody out there? What is your real name? Starts. Sean. Hey, Sean, meet Rodolfo. We have to find Rodolfo here so he can say hi. There he is. He's up there. His name is Rodolfo Santiago. Rodolfo Santiago, meet Sean. Sean is from New Zealand, and Rodolfo is actually from Philadelphia, but he's Puerto Rican. So yeah, I like my cabinets, fireplace, and hunt. Hell no. No, I don't want to hunt no animal. I'm not interested in hunting. I was about to say something. I'm not interested in hunting. I actually like to be hunted. I kill myself. No, I'm only joking. People are gonna say this one is just crazy. I like to be hunted. I don't want to. I don't want to hunt. I want to be the hunted. I want people to hunt me. I don't want not hunt me in killing me now, people. I'm talking about I like to be. He got the joke. Yeah, I like to be hunted. Man, I don't want to. I don't want to hunt. I want to be the hunted. What the hell? I think I'm worth being hunted, man. Oh my goodness. So yeah, but Rodolfo, he's trying to convince me that Alaska is the shit. Oh, hell no. Why don't I, like if you tell me, oh, come to New York, back to New York, Maria, I'd be all ups and, I'll be like, yay, yeah, New York. Or another place, man. Just I want to, I'm willing to take any adventure as long as it's not in Alaska. I don't want to go to Alaska. I don't want anything more cold. I don't want anything that's more colder than New York. Ah, you see, now you made a friend, Rodolfo. And Sean, say hi to Rodolfo. Nice to meet everybody. Wow, and I have people here. Actually, 3 people already. All right. Yay! I am so happy, man. I'm getting finally people on my page. Like North Korea, that place is lit. You know something? I would like to visit North Korea, but you know what would really bug me out? Like, like I would be in a fit. Like I would be really nervous. The only plane, and that shit is like a 24-hour thing or more. And I have a problem with, first of all, I have a problem with heights, and I have a problem with being 24 hours in a plane. But, however, I would like to visit, yes, North Korea. Asian part of that country, they have a lot of tsunamis, which I would be scared of. But no, I mean, not enough that I wouldn't want to visit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with you there, Starts. Sean, I would visit North Korea, but I think that the fear of me going on a plane and being there for 24 hours or more would really kill me. No, he's from New Zealand. Are you from? He's from New Zealand, and okay, he was born in Australia, and from part of his 18 years of life, he was raised in New Zealand. I got it right. Yay. Okay. So yeah, it's just like me. Like, I was born in Manhattan and raised in Flushing, Queens. Like that. So, have you ever visited? Hey, have both of you, both questions for both of you. Have you ever visited New York? Any one of you have ever visited New York? Visited New York? Rodolfo or Sean? No. No, he's not from North Korea. He's from, like I said before, he's from New Zealand. You've never visited New York, and you're in Pennsylvania? How can you not have visited? That's so weird. How can you have not visited New York? Okay, I was wrong. Okay. Okay, correction. He was born in New Zealand, raised in Australia for his 18 years of life. Okay, you stood there and knew. Okay. He was born in New Zealand and raised in Australia. And up until you were 18, and then you returned back to New Zealand. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, he was born in New Zealand and raised in Australia. There. I make it so complicated. And so, no, Rodolfo, I find it really, really strange that you are from Pennsylvania and you never and it's not even far from New York. You never visited New York, huh? And you're not really that far away from New York, by the way. Pennsylvania is not that far from New York. That's very interesting that you've never really visited New York. Really interesting. They got a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York, especially in the Bronx. Very interesting. And Sean, have you ever visited New York? Born and raised in New Zealand, now live in Australia. No big. Okay. He was born and raised in New Zealand. Oh God, I forget so easily. Okay. Let me see. Okay. It's like I can't remember. I'm really that tired. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to see if how come is it that I can't see, the, ay, 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 ay. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. Born and raised. Okay, Rodolfo. He was born and Sean was born and raised in New Zealand, and now lives in Australia. There. Yay! I did it right. Yeah, they do. They really actually have nice accents, and you're absolutely right. But I can't do it like Go Lightly. Go Lightly can actually. I don't know if you've ever been in the page of Go Lightly, but she actually does a very good British accent, and I'm like, wow. I'm impressed because I can't do that. I have no kind of talent when it comes to doing accents, not none whatsoever. So yeah, but no, I've only been in Hawaii from you. Oh, really? Oh, I want to visit Hawaii. Now that's my kind of Hawaii. I would love to visit Hawaii. They say it's very expensive to live there, but that it's very beautiful over there. Yeah, I would love to visit Hawaii. And actually, Hawaii is not that far from Albuquerque. Don't know how far it is from here, from Vegas, but I know it's not that far from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Because I had a friend who always visited Hawaii, and he would visit his family once in a while, and he told me Albuquerque, Hawaii is not that far from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, man, I would love to visit Hawaii. So yeah, but so Sean is 20. You're 29. I hope I said it right. And Rodolfo actually is 45. 40, 45. No, he's 54. Sorry. I was I was putting, he doesn't even look his age, by the way. And, like, I have something to say to you. I'm actually Rodolfo. I'm 1 year younger than Rodolfo. So you're tuning in to an old school lady. Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, man, he's thinking that, all these people that tune into that, yeah, she looks, she probably is very young and she don't know, or she's probably too old and she's like an old hag and she don't even know what she's talking about and this and this and that. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, don't ever get old. Sean, don't ever get old. Your body aches and this and that. So people, what's up? What's up? So Sean, do you live with your mother and your father? Or do you live alone? No, I'm 1 year younger than you are. You're 54, I'm 53. No, you're right. You're 50. Yeah, we are the same age. You're absolutely right. I'm trying to put myself younger than I am. Yeah. So yeah, him and I were the same age. Rodolfo and I were 54. Am I right, Rodolfo? You're 54, you're 55. Something like that, okay. Do you live with your parents, Starts? Do you live with your parents even though you're 29 years old? Don't ever leave your parents. Yeah, exactly. That's my age too, 54. So, Sean, don't ever leave your family. Like when you leave your mother and your father, be ready. When you leave when you're ready. You know, there's no reason to leave your parents. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so tired now. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but I'm actually tired. So, Sean and Rodolfo, I'm so happy that you guys are in my channel. So, anything that you want me to talk about, you guys want me to talk about anything? And nobody's going to be depressed here because I already had Sean come out and he hasn't come out of his room like for 9 days. I'm actually very happy that he tuned in. I'm actually very happy that you're actually here, Sean. My mom abandoned me when I was 2 years old, and so wasn't really an option. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, sweetie. Wow. I'm very sorry to hear that. Well, you know what? She missed out on a great son, by the way. Yeah, it is very sad. I'm so very, very sorry. She missed out on a great man. She missed out on a great because, like it's those mothers, it's like those well, I shouldn't really say that because I really didn't know her. I don't know her situation, so let me shut up because that's not it's not for me to judge. But anyway, I let me put it to you like this. I've always wanted a child. It's like I wish I had that, like a son or a daughter. So, she's like so fortunate that, that she had a son or, you do. That's good. I'm glad that you see the positive in it. And, I'm so, I'm so glad that you can say that and actually mean it. You seem to me like you are a very intelligent young man and that, I hope that you forgave her for abandoning you. Usually children who are abandoned usually don't do that to their children. And usually children who are hurt or, who go through a lot of trauma like that and, usually they don't do that to their children and they become very good adults, and they also become very good parents. So she missed out on a lot, but I'm glad that you can find a positive out of something that somebody would find as a negative. You know what I mean? So um, she's still, if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be here. Just think about it like that. Oh, so you have seen her, your mother? So I'm just assuming that probably she really didn't want to abandon you. It's just that circumstances in life led her to do so. And it probably was by the way that you're saying it to me, it seems to me like maybe she had a really rough time and maybe she was too young to know better. Maybe it was that, you know? Sometimes we don't know what, no, that's exactly what I was saying today. Sometimes we don't know why people do certain things. We just, have to um, forgive and move on and be better adults, and not take what she did, as your example in life. Like, okay, like if she did that, well, let me do that. Let me go through the same thing, or let me follow the same pattern, you know? Because in all in truth, she still is your mother, and we really don't know what really truly happened and why she did what she did. And it must have been a very painful decision for her to make, you know. Always abandoning your child, you always think that it's the best thing, and it's really not. Aw. Yeah, the first 9 months she carried me was enough to be a mom. I love her unconditionally. You're so sweet. Oh my God. Wow, that is so perfectly said. So perfectly said. I so admire you. Really, I do. You know, I wasn't wanted to abandon me when I was a baby, and he didn't want my mom to have me, you know, in their life. And I always carried that with me. Like I always carried it. Like I always felt also very guilty because I said to myself, if I have had not been born, maybe things would have been much better for them and they would have still been together. So I actually blame myself for my mother and father not being together because I was a sick baby. I was premature. So I always myself feeling kind of guilty and always blaming myself for their separation. And when I knew my father, when I got older and got to see my father and meet my father for the first time, and I remember he knocked on my door, and me and my sister were alone. And then finally, when my mama came back home, she finally introduced us to our dad, and I remember his words. He says, I don't really love you. I love my firstborn. I love my pudding. He used to call my sister pudding. And that is an everlasting impression that he left on me. And until this day, it's very hard for me to speak on it. You know, I'm not going to tell you that I love my dad, because then I'd be a fake. I would be a total fake if I said that. That I forgive him. Yeah, I forgive him to a certain extent. I forgive him, like, I forgive him because he was not well when I was born. I'm thinking to myself that maybe he was not in his right mind when he asked my mother to abandon me in the hospital, and that maybe somebody much better can take care of me since I was a sick child and was born premature. Maybe he didn't want to deal with that. And I can't blame him. But also in the sense that if you create something that is yours, why would you want to abandon it? Why would you want somebody else to take care of something that you actually created? Whether it was not, healthy, or whether it became sick, or whatever, for whatever reason, was born with a defect or whatever, But I will never forget what he said. He said that. And when he said it, he said it with such, he kept going like that to my sister, and he said, "Look at her, she's so pretty and this and that." And I don't really resent my sister for it. I really felt resentful that he didn't see me as his, you know. And I really didn't have a dad, to call me his little baby girl or his princess or whatever. So yeah, it kind of hurts when I talk about it, but I can relate to somewhat what you're saying. That I feel uncomfortable when I when I talk about it, because yeah, I feel, and I'm not gonna lie about it, but yeah, like, I can relate to what you're saying. I can relate to, the only thing that I find very beautiful about you, Sean, is that you're able to say I love my mom unconditionally, no matter what. And it's like, I'm live again. I'm back. What happened? Why you say F? It's frozen and it's freezing. So I don't want to be here too long, because it's throwing me actually out. So yeah, it's like I can relate to anything. In that sense, I can relate to you, Sean. But I want to say thank you to all of you for tuning in, okay? And let me see what else. Don't worry about it. I froze because it just told me that this was like the last stream or whatever. But no, don't be sad, Rodolfo. Don't be sad. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, so you see what I'm saying? That when I say to you people, when I say that when you think that your life is really bad, look behind you. That your life may not seem so bad as the next person that's behind you. And look at that, he was abandoned by his mother. You know what I mean? But yet he's a really forgiving person. He's really forgiving. You are very welcome, man. You're very, very welcome. Anytime, and anytime anyone here can share this story, and don't ever feel that you have to hold back. And don't ever feel that you're not welcome here, because hey, everyone is welcome in my channel, okay? And don't ever feel like you feel like uh, like what happened to Hex Rex. I hope he comes back and doesn't think that we were laughing at him, because we're not. Uh, Anybody can be creepy. I'm even creepy at times, so don't worry about it, Hex Rex. Just come back, join the fam, and don't worry about it, okay? And like I said, Sean, you need to get out of your room or get out of your house. I'm gonna try to go live as much as possible because, I don't want people to forget me. Like I'll be staying like for weeks out and people be forgetting about me, man. And they're like, okay, so who's this crazy lady here on live? So it's me, Maweep of social media. Don't forget. So I no, really, in seriousness, I do my live, okay? I'm gonna try to do my live as much as possible, like almost I don't even know. I'm gonna just choose days and I'm gonna let you guys know. Yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You have to go. It's already been 9 days. I have you know that I've been in my house for a week already because I've been very, very sick. I haven't been feeling well. But however, I am going to try to go out on Tuesday. I'm going to try to go out with my friends and have a good time. So I want you, when the next time I see you, Sean or Rodolfo, I want you to tell me what you did over the weekend or during your weekend when I come back on live. I do care about you guys, and now that you're on my channel, I do care of how you're feeling. So, whenever you need to talk to me, you can email me and you can text me or whatever. Don't ever feel like you're abandoned, okay? So I gotta leave because it's gonna freeze again. Guys, thank you so much. And I hope that everybody has a great weekend, okay? I finish with this. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, everybody, bye. Mwah. I love you. Ah, yes, I do welcome the whole world. Only that I don't want to be like 50 hours live, okay? So I love everybody. Mwah. Okay, love you all. Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye, Rodolfo. Love you too. Bye.